be oversharing about my life, my marriage, and about my thoughts. There's this narrative on the internet, these providing men. One, I have a woman who just stays home and cooks and cleans all day. I'm gonna be burned out, irritated, and angry. And what kind of man wants to be with somebody like that? I think I might need to go to like therapy and try to understand why I want to be.
Hustling girl, we wear the crowns. We made a world for each other.
So let's just pretend we are on FaceTime because I honestly feel like oversharing. I'm very yappy today. I'm basically unemployed, okay? I'm unemployed mother living in Miami with a husband who can provide. I know it's like trending online. People are talking about like, ooh, provider husband, being a trad wife. I am not a trad wife because a trad wife cooks, she cleans, and that is her job. Like that's what she does every single day. Don't even remember the last time I cooked my husband a meal, and that is so sad. Actually, I do remember because I made a TikTok cooking him a meal, and that was like months ago. I am not proud of that. I look up to these women who cook for their husbands and do all this domestic chores. I think it's a lot of hard work, it's tedious work, and it's just not for me. Kidding. What I'm about to say is gonna sound so out of touch of reality. I feel like I'm having like an identity crisis because I'm like, what am I? Because I can't fit myself in a label of society. Can't put me in the box, okay? Not a typical stay-at-home mom because I have help. I don't know, the internet educated me on that.
They were like, you're not a stay-home mom because then.
So I can't be a stay-at-home mom. I'm not a typical working mom because I don't have a 9-to-5 and I don't really have a business that I run. I'm not a trad wife because I don't cook and I don't clean. I feel like I'm a homemaker. Okay, if I'm gonna choose labels to things, I'm gonna choose the homemaking label because I feel like that one is what suits me the best. What is 1/4 cup? You guys are gonna hate me. I'm gonna sound so stupid, but can I just tell you guys one thing? I am not American, so I don't understand these measurements. Like, I'm assuming 1/4 is less than and a half. I think I might need to go to like therapy and try to understand why I want to be labeled. I don't even fit into whatever society wants to call women, but I think it is because when you become a mom and when you this microwave, like when you become a mom and you become a wife, you have this identity shift. You're like, okay, I am a mother and I'm a wife and I have these new roles into my life, and you're just kind of trying to navigate like what that means. When people ask me, what do? I'm like, I chill with my baby all day. I never thought I was a working mom because I don't see this as work. Like, is this really work? If you guys keep watching my videos and support me, like this video and all that, the chances that this could be really my career goes up. Anyways, let's get back to the tea on dating a man who provides for everything, because I feel like people just talk about the benefits. Like, oh yeah, like you don't have to work. Yay, who wants to work? I'm sorry. If you want to work, good for you, more power to you. But like, I don't want to work. I don't want to go to a 9-to-5. Yes, I want to build a business. Yes, I want to work with something that I'm passionate about. But the reality is, to survive in this economy, you have to do the things that you don't want to do. And I don't want to do the things I don't want to do, okay? And that is very privileged of me to say, but that's just the reality. But yeah, so everybody talks, I'm gonna need my husband for this because I'm just a girl. I am literally just a girl. Everybody wants to talk about like, oh yeah, provider man or whatever. Girl, let me tell you, as a big sis, I always try to think, what if my daughter watches this when she grows up? I would want her to know, men will never have to get pregnant. Men will never have to go through the labor of birth. Men won't have to breastfeed. Men are not gonna be that essential for the first few months of a baby's life. And that is just me speaking facts, okay? Like my husband was only there really to support me, not the baby, because the baby needs its mom. I'm just trying to think about what my experience would have been if I didn't have my situation. If you're gonna get a man that's a providing husband, you have to expect that you're not going to be able to spend as much time with him as you would have with a man who's broke. Because a man who makes a lot of money does not have time to just chill around and watch freaking Netflix all day. They're busy, they have responsibilities, like they have to work a lot. So you have to be comfortable with being by yourself. To be able to provide in this type of economy and live an amazing lifestyle, like you have to be a beast, okay? You really have to be a beast. And my husband is a beast. and a beast requires to do beast things. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Honestly, that is like the only true downside that I can think about. My daughter woke up. Okay, I'll be right back. Guys, this is the next morning and I just woke up super overwhelmed. Sometimes I just feel like I am not doing enough in this house. And I think that feeling may be because of like society's expectations of what a wife should be. And also too, I know how much my husband pours into our family and I just want to be able to contribute like proportionally, you know what I mean? I feel like men who make a lot of money or are very successful, they're not gonna expect their wife to do it all because they know they can just outsource. Like, they know that they can just hire cleaners, they can hire people to cook or like buy meal. If I am well kept, if I am happy, if I can go work out, if I can, you know, take care of myself, I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna feel good, and I'm gonna be a good wife. If I am busting my ass off every single day, I'm gonna be burned out, irritated, and angry. And what kind of man wants to be with somebody like that? A burned out wife is not gonna be as good of a wife that is actually well taken care of. You know what I mean? How a man treats his wife is like the kind of wife that she's gonna be. You know, sometimes I am so tempted to just like show my daughter's face on the internet because it will make my life so much easier. I low-key could just hold her and keep talking. But you know, we're trying to respect her privacy and all that. I have to like, honestly, these videos is like the only thing that causes stress into my life. Everything else is like peace. And the reason why it causes stress is because like I'm new to this, okay? I'm not like a YouTuber, I'm not like a vlogger. So like trying to vlog, film videos, edit videos, think of videos, it's a lot for me, okay? And I know you're looking at me like, okay girl, get off. I don't have to do this, obviously, but I wanna do this. I wanna do this. And sometimes the things you wanna do are a little bit hard in the beginning and you just have to learn how to make it natural, right? So I'm trying to learn. My mother-in-law should be here in any second to help me out. And then when she helps me out, I'm gonna be able to really like get this video started because I think there's a lot to unpack here. The rescue arrived, you guys. Here's my banana bread. I waited for me to cut it. Let me just open one muffin for you guys. It tastes really healthy because there's no sugar. I like this for my daughter. So basically, what I was saying, I'm not very good at managing this home, but if you follow me on Instagram, I keep talking about how I want to get back to cooking because I really want my daughter and my husband to have a woman in their life, aka me, that cooks them fresh homemade meals and that they can brag about. Okay? I really want to use this channel as a source of inspiration for me, a source of motivation to start cooking again, and also practicing my homemaking skills. I actually was going to film a whole video of me like decluttering my home with you guys, but then I was talking to my mother-in-law and we both kind of agreed it might be boring. So let me know if you guys are gonna think it's boring or not. I might as well just try it out and see how it does. Another point that I brought up is that I really recommend every woman out here to marry a husband that allows you to choose. And I know I sound like I'm very out of touch with reality. I know it's not realistic for a lot of people, but I truly do believe in the power of prayer. I truly do believe that you can achieve anything you put your mind to. And if you know that's what you want, I believe you can get it. My husband doesn't tell me to cook. He doesn't tell me to clean. Like I can choose to do these things because ultimately he didn't marry me because he wanted to have a chef or a cleaner. He married me because he wanted to have a woman in his life that is going to add value. And a lot of times women think they add value based on what they do and what they bring into the relationship, aka like, oh, I'm gonna make him food, I'm gonna clean, I'm gonna, you know, bring money to the table because I'm a boss babe. And I used to have the mentality in the past. I felt like I had to prove my worth to the men that I dated, either by being a boss babe to show that I can make money, that I am independent and I don't need them. But the truth is, in my opinion, a real man does not need none of these things. A real man chooses his wife based on her character, who she is, how is your heart? Are you a good person? Are you positive? Are you optimistic? Do you bring good energy into his life? Like, they're gonna look for a great companion, not somebody that can do chores in the house, okay? And then the second is, can he envision you raising children? Can he envision you being a great mother? The greatest gift that he could ever give to his children is a great mother, and the same for me. The greatest gift I could ever give my children is a great father. Instead of thinking, oh, when I'm looking for my husband or whatever, I have to prove my worth. Like, no, be the best version of you. The person that is meant for you is going to fall in love with that. I honestly feel like there's this narrative on the internet that these men, these providing men, want to have a woman who just stays home and cooks and cleans all day. Like, no, they want a woman with good values who will put family first because that means they're going to be loyal to their family. It's not really bready. Maybe he needs to cook more. This was a fail. This was a fail. That's what I'm trying to say, you guys. I need to step it up because my husband deserves a woman who knows how to bake. I read this quote somewhere that is said, if you're loved properly, you're gonna want to submit naturally. And that makes total sense because a lot of women who are like hyper independent, aka I was hyper independent in the past, are scared to actually fully trust somebody with our lives, because when you are in a position like that I am in, you have to really trust your partner because you're depending on them. It takes a lot of trust to have this dynamic with somebody. But I think a lot of women who would be loved and taken care by properly by a man who truly respects them and values them, they would carry themselves different in the relationship, meaning they will be more feminine. They would allow themselves to be taken care of. That hyper independency will naturally start to fade away. And that's what happened with me. Like, I'm in the place of being inspired to become a trad wife, to become a woman who generally takes care of her home, cooks and cleans and takes care of her husband and her family. Like, I'm actually inspired to be that woman because of the way my husband treats me and takes care of me. It's like I almost want to like give back because he does so much for my family, but it wouldn't have been the same if I married him and he was telling me, you have to cook, you have to clean, I'm home by 7, where's my meal? Me and my husband laugh about that because, like, imagine if he was like that. I still have a mentality of like a boss babe, but I kind of retired from that because now I'm genuinely inspired to be a homemaker. I know it's a lot of work to be successful when it comes to making money, and I'd rather use that energy to pour into my family because I value family over a career, and that's my personal preference. Anyways, you guys, I feel like I've been yapping for so long. I'm gonna go to the pool. My daughter's waiting for me. Okay, bye.